Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has scored 92 goals for Arsenal.
Oh, that's wonderful!
He hasn't played since December, when he was stripped of the captaincy and excluded from team training due to a disciplinary breach.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about that explosive fifth episode of Amazon Prime Videos, All or Nothing, Arsenal. And obviously that, covered the whole deal with Arsenal's then striker, Aubameyang, and the problems that he had with his manager Mikel Arteta, and how the whole thing was handled, or in my own opinion, mishandled.
Arsenal's plans for the January transfer window are now dominated by the future of one player.
We have to talk to Aubameyang and to Mikel. He has to come back to the squad and help us until the end of the season.
We're going to have to reintegrate him. We have to. We need to speak to Mikel now. Well, there needs to be a conversation with Mikel.
Yeah, and we don't think that is that easy, but we have to see.
Who knows? You never know in football.
Guys, Arteta. Let's get this right, okay? Arteta had been on the job for 2 years prior to the season where he made the ultimate decision to let Aubameyang go, basically to terminate his contract. And in those two prior years, there was no issue with Aubameyang's goal scoring. I mean, he helped them win the FA Cup. He scored a whole bunch. He scored for Arteta. And what we have to understand is, because there's always a backdrop to things, and the backdrop is this: Arteta entered as a rookie manager. He never had a managerial job in his life. Being an assistant to Pep doesn't make you a manager, and certainly doesn't make you manager that is adequate to handle their club the size of Arsenal FC. And so he came in and he was learning on the job. This is a fact. The young man was learning on the job, and fair play to the man. If you watch the All or Nothing, you can see that he has a lot of passion, a lot of energy, a lot of care. He cares a lot for his job and for Arsenal. But the reality is, he came in as a rookie, and when you come in as a rookie boss, certain things are going to happen, because when you coming in, you are coming into a dressing room that includes some veteran players, and these veteran players, they are used to having been coached. Again, a club at the size of Arsenal, they have seen top level managers who know how to handle them, how to handle their little quirks, their little coming in a couple minutes late here, or a couple minutes early there, or maybe you need an extra day to go and see their mom. Every player has their own little quirks. Every player is different. Everybody has a little something, right, that bothers them. In Chelsea, for instance, we didn't know that Christensen had some kind of issues. We didn't know, but why? Because Tuchel kept it under wraps, and other managers prior to him kept it under wraps. So it's how you handle the individual, shall I say, quirks of folks is what is just as important as the tactical argument of the boss and what he's trying to get across to his players so they can implement on the field. Okay, a happy group of guys are more likely going to happily implement the boss's plan.
Is it easy to support Mikel in this decision?
No, of course it's not, because how many goals Aubameyang scored for a season for the club? How much the fans like Aubameyang? How much the players like him to be around?
So, at a point, because I mean, there's some things that we can infer and some things that we cannot infer from the episode. But clearly, for the first 2 years, it was working. Everything was working fine. However, last season, something went wrong. Somewhere. Something went wrong somewhere in the relationship between Arteta and Ayuba, and that something is something that we don't know. But what we do know is that Arteta says that he kept a whole file. He has a dossier on Aubameyang.
We've clarified everything, but you can't do it.
That's what I have. Everything
Yeah.
documented.
Yeah.
With the dates, the time, the conversation, how it happened, why it happened.
Is it?
Because if one day is needed,
Yeah, you
don't let stay.
there you go.
Wait, apart from all the issues, many times.
And my guys, that's just crazy. I'm sorry. I don't know, man, for real. Like that I'm gonna have a boss who I'm supposed to trust, and he's even talking about that he looked in the player's eye and the player lost trust. How am I supposed to trust you and you keeping a file on me? That's a goddamn joke. That's a goddamn joke, because what that tells me is that you had some kind of ulterior plan to get me out at some point in time. Okay, for whatever reason, at a point, he looked at things and he made up his mind. The manager, Teta, made his mind up before the whole craziness with indiscipline and whatnot, that, you know what, Aubameyang is not going to fit my idea of football, which is fine. Okay, that's fine. I mean, these things happen. I mean, Tuchel shipped out both Tammy Abraham and Giroud for the same, almost pretty much for the same reason. He didn't have to arrange a foul and force them out and humiliate the players, grown men, on their way out, having them train alone. Have him train alone. He didn't even have him train like with the under 23s and go and play with under. He had him train by himself. This is a whole professional, established, with bucket loads of goals to his name. I mean, he's been scoring everywhere, and he's still scoring in Barcelona. So why am I saying this? The reason why I'm saying this is it depends on which side of the table that folks are on, how they see things, right? The narrative that was sent out there by our Teta is that Aubameyang was an indisciplined player, and therefore not to the bench, not just losing his captain's armband, needed to go out of the club. Now you can see how crazy, like how do you go from one level from 0 to like 100, without there being a whole bunch of things that basically went down.
What do we want him to do?
And then you have two options.
Yeah.
Loan or terminate his contract. Two, because I cannot consider selling the player. Nobody going to hear and buy the player.
No, because I mean he's 32.
It's
32.
impossible. So which one for us will be the best? Is terminate his contract. If he goes on loan, it's the worst scenarios possible to us.
At the moment, yeah, because we still have the liability potentially for the next season, unless he terminates.
Down. And I think what it is again, our Teta being disciple of Pep. If you go back to how Pep handled things when he initially got the job at Barca, one of the things that Pep did was Pep cleared out pretty much, I won't say all, but most of the veterans, whether they were good or not, and most of them were actually very good. I'm talking about Eto'o. I'm talking about Ronaldinho. I'm talking. There's a whole bunch of other guys. Obviously, Yaya. He didn't get along with Yaya. Toure. He had a world-class midfielder like Yaya Toure. He was playing him as the defender. The whole idea is to basically for the player to basically leave, which he ended up leaving. So I feel this is where these are the sort of influences that basically motivated our Teta's move to clear out the likes of Aubameyang, the likes of the goalie Leno, I believe that's his name, because that was one of the first things he just did last season. Just went. I mean, Leno was fine, but hey, no, I need to have my own goalie. He went and got Ramsdale, which is fine. Again, along the same lines of Pep at City. Okay, so that's basically which is fine. Listen, if a player or players don't fit, and like this year they have cleared out Lacazette. Okay, so it's for the same reason. Again, it's fine. If players don't fit, then they don't fit. There's nothing wrong, with that. But what I take issue with as a casual observer is the fact that you drag you for one reason or another, you decide to drag a veteran player's name through mud just so that you can get done what you always wanted to get done. And you basically use the players' quirky deficiencies against that player, and then use that to create a foul against him and drag his name through mud. That just wasn't right. That was foul. That's some foul stuff. That's some foul stuff. And if it went down that way with Ayuba, my wild guess is this is probably not going to be the last that we're going to hear in terms of player mismanagement skills exhibited by Mikel Arteta. So, guys, how do you feel about this? Do you feel that Arteta was right in basically forcing Arsenal's hand? Because what he did was he forced the hand of Edu. Edu did not want to let Aubameyang go in the middle of the season. In fact, Edu and almost everybody, they didn't want him to go. They'll say, "Hey, guy, Mikel Arteta, I mean, can you not wait till the end of the season? Let's just finish this season and then we'll figure it out." But no, Teta's mind was made up. Like, no, I mean, the guy got to go. That's it. Just get him out. Whatever it costs, however y'all do it is, your own problem to worry about. So I don't know. So guys, please comment below. Did you think that the handling was right or wrong? Okay, And obviously, the purpose of this video is in relation to Chelsea's Tuchel's interest in possibly bringing Aubameyang back to England and bring him to Chelsea. Do we want this player? Is this player a potentially troublesome player for Chelsea, or were things unnecessarily overblown by Mikel Arteta? Please comment below, like this video, share, and subscribe. Take care. God bless y'all.